What's up, everybody? We are back with a brand new video, and today we are talking about rituals. Now I'm going to talk about 2 rituals you have to implement into your life right now. Now, for sure, there are many more rituals you need, and even today I'm only going to give you an overview. I will do another video in the future where I tell you step by step what to put into each ritual. But for right now, I'm going to talk about the 2 most important rituals in your life. Now, you might be familiar with the word routine, or you might like to use the word routine. I don't, because I know the power of words and what they have on our body, on our feelings, on our emotions, the physiological response we have when it comes to word association. So I don't like the word routine at all. It reminds me of school, it reminds me of jobs, and that's why I became an entrepreneur in 2010, because I never wanted a job and I never wanted a routine. So I use the word ritual. Now, I teach people a lot about this in my course, even on my online course and on my new mentorship program, The Entrepreneur Code, starting soon, by the way. So if you want to get in, send me a message. There's 1 or 2 spots left. But I teach people the power of words, how they affect us, okay? How our language affects us. Anyway, I digress. The power of rituals. For me, it's very important to have a morning ritual and a nighttime ritual. Now, the nighttime ritual might be even more important, because a lot of times, the morning routine is very much famous, right? People always talk about what's your morning routine. But a successful morning routine or ritual, which I prefer, a successful morning ritual is really dependent on the power of your nighttime ritual. Okay, what is your schedule, your agenda laid out before you go to bed? Because the best morning rituals are organized the night before. So as you can see, it's getting to nighttime here behind me, and now my nighttime routine will begin. Okay, it happens a couple of hours before you go to bed. And very important is to wind down, okay? Because if you've had a busy day, especially if it's a weekday, you're working, or you've done a lot of business, you've had a lot of calls, you had a lot of stress. If you've been in the stress response all day, if you've been in the stress response all day, which means your adrenaline is high, your cortisol is high, it takes time to wind down from that. So when you are sitting in bed on your phone, or you're on your iPad, or on your laptop, and you're watching TV, or you're scrolling through Instagram, that's also spiking your adrenaline, spiking your cortisol, because you're not in control of what you're seeing. Okay, so you're reactive, you're completely, you have no power there. It's whatever comes up in your feed, that's going to affect you. Now, you've trained yourself so much, right, to see so many of these things that maybe the response isn't so obvious. But I promise you, everything is affecting you. Everything you see. And, the studies on the brain that show that everything you see affects you physiologically. There's such a brain-body connection. Science now shows us that the body is like a second brain. It remembers, it learns, and after a while, it reacts faster than the brain in your head. So you might not think what you're scrolling on Twitter, you might be seeing some negativity, some news. You might think it's not affecting you, but it is. It's affecting you physiologically, which is affecting how you relax, how you get to sleep, what you dream about. It also affects how you vibrate, okay, your energetic levels, how good you feel about yourself. Because when you have a stress response, everything is lower. You're in a lower vibration, okay? You're more reactive. The amygdala, we call it the amygdala hijack. It's when you go into reactive state. Okay, I know I'm giving you a lot of information here, but this is so important. And the main message is this: you have to wind down before you go to sleep. Because if your stress has been up all day, which, even if you're not in a stressful job, this life today is so full of stimulus, especially with our phones. So many notifications, people commenting, people liking, people writing hate, people trolling, negativity on the news, COVID, vaccines, all this stuff that's constantly being thrown at you. There's so much stimulus all the time, stimuli in your day, that your adrenaline is higher than usual, your cortisol is higher than usual. That's why people are fatter than ever before, because, when you're on that stress response, it's easier to gain weight. Then you're also stressed out. You want dopamine hits, right? You're craving to feel better. So you start eating more crappier foods, watching crappier TV, all for these little dopamine hits. So to sum all that up in a very, very short way, you have to watch your nighttime ritual. What is your nighttime ritual? What are you doing to wind down? Okay, candles around the place is very important, very relaxing. Reduce the lighting. The blue lights from the screens is also stimulating. It's not good for the body. And are you prepared for the next morning? Do you have your training gear if you're going to get up and work out? Do you have the fruit ready if you're going to have a smoothie? Do you have your book ready if you're going to read? Do you have your stretch or whatever workout routine planned? Are you ready to meditate? Do you have your setup ready, prepared? Okay, because a morning ritual, as I said earlier, is dependent on your nighttime ritual. So there's many things you can put into your nighttime ritual, of course, like hydrating, okay, depending what you've had consumed all day, what you've been eating, getting some water in, not too much water before bed, because again, too much water before bed disrupts your sleep because you got to wake up to pee, okay, but you got to hydrate. You got to, again, prepare yourself, put yourself in the best position to win at night, okay, and that starts, as I said, the night before the next morning ritual. Now, what's in your morning ritual? So important about your morning ritual is when you wake up, you have the best, most power. We call it decision fatigue later on in the day, but at the beginning of it, before you've made all these decisions, you have the most power in your ability to choose. That's why the best decisions are made in the morning. The worst decisions are made at night. Okay, another reason why you should go to bed maybe a little bit earlier, because of decision fatigue, which is a real thing. The more decisions you make throughout the day, it's proven now, it's shown time and time again that later in the day you're making poorer decisions. If you think about it, nothing really good happens after 9:30 p.m. We eat crappy food, we watch crappy TV, we engage in crappy behavior late in the evening, right? So if you can get up earlier, this is a great way to improve your morning ritual. Also, when you get up earlier, to hydrate. Like we said, we don't want to drink too much before bed. We do want to drink a lot when we wake up in the morning, okay? There's a lot of happening in the body, dealing with waste, all that kind of stuff, throughout this, processing everything. Next morning, get some fluids, get some water into you. There's a couple of more points in the morning routine. I'm not going to get into detail today because this, again, is just an overview of the two most important rituals, morning and nighttime. But I would say this, first thing in the morning, it's very similar to last thing at night. You don't want to consume too much crappy stimuli. You don't want to be flicking through your phone first thing in the morning. You don't want to be putting on the news first thing in the morning. You don't want to activate your stress response first thing in the morning. Just like you don't want to do it last thing at night, you don't want to do it first thing in the morning. You want to get the relaxation response going. You want to stimulate the relaxation response. Okay, so first thing in the morning, keep the phone away, keep the TV away, read, get your gratitude journal out, get your visualization, get your meditation, get your stretch, go for a walk in nature, get some fresh air, get your body moving, but don't spike the adrenaline first thing. Don't spike the cortisol, okay? That's going to come throughout the day. We know that. So there's some rules, a couple of basic rules for your nighttime ritual and your morning ritual. I hope you found it valuable. I will do another video where I'll go in more depth in how to master your morning, how to master your night. I hope you got some value in this video. If you did, let me know in the comments exactly what you liked. Let me know what you do in your morning routine that works really well, because we're always learning on this journey, and everybody's different, right? We got to find what works for us. So let me know in the comments what you like best, what you do best in the morning and in the nighttime. If you like this video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and share with somebody that this can benefit. The most valuable thing you can do for me is to share this video with somebody else. It will help. So I hope you got some value, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.